Okay, so we're gonna do some more math, and this is called factoring or factor form. The factor form, it looks something like y equal to x minus what was it? I want to write it the right way. Minus r and x minus s. This is the factor form. This is the standard form. Factored form. Standard form, and the vertex form. And this will we write right here, y equal to a, and then we have x minus h squared plus k. All this stuff you have to know. You have to know. Because that's part of the whole thing, is that you have to know these things. The formulas are not that difficult, I don't think you have to learn this one. You don't have to learn this one for sure. And this one is probably very obvious. So basically, you only have to learn one. The vertex form. Well, that's a big M. So the problem that we are going to do is, it will be y equal to x squared plus 3x minus 4. And so in this problem, we have to find the two numbers, and I'll explain it later. I'll do it this side, so we don't occupy this side. So we have to find two numbers such as that when they're multiplied, we get equal to minus 4, and when they add it, we get plus 3. There's only two numbers that can do that, and that's 4 and 3 and 1. Now we have to find out what sign they have to be. This is positive. And this is a 4. So two numbers multiply. So because when we subtract, the number gets the sign of the biggest number, that means that the biggest number between these has to be positive. So then we have minus 4 times 1 is 4, and minus 4 plus 1 is 3, plus 3. So those are the factors. So we'll put them in here. So we put minus 4 plus 1, and that's basically the solution. We'll see. If in this equation, if this is 0, the whole equation is 0, regardless of what this is. And vice versa, if this is 0, regardless of what this is, the whole thing will be 0. So from here, we get x equal to 4. We can call that 1. And from the other one, we get x2 is equal to minus 1. Those are the roots. roots. To find the vertex, we can change this to vertex form, and we can always calculate the x by doing this thing, which will give us the x value of the vertex, which will be minus 3 seconds. That's the value of the vertex, but it doesn't give us the value of the y, and so we will have to put that into the equation to find what y would be when x is minus 3 seconds. But since we have to go, we can easily take this and write it in vertex form. And that's why this thing comes extremely handy. So then we write the equation here again. We leave a space here, and then we put minus 4. And then we have to find a half of 3 and square it, which will be 3 seconds. And so that then we square it, then it will be 3 seconds squared. So let's work on this side here. So now we have completed the squared, so we can rewrite it as x plus 3 seconds squared. Remember, one thing we forgot to do is that we have to, because we added this 3 seconds squared, we have to add, means subtract 3 seconds squared. Yeah, because and that negative has to be on the outside. Okay, so we can rewrite this again as x squared plus 3x plus 3 seconds squared minus 4 minus 3 seconds squared. You gotta be careful where you put that negative, because if you put it inside, then you get a positive number. So you have to be careful with that. Remember, you're subtracting the whole thing, so you have to put the parenthesis, the negative outside. Okay, so we take the perfect squared, and then we find this thing. Well, let's write it here. This will be equal to, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to write the x plus 3 seconds squared. And then we are going to put a minus sign here, and put 4 minus the solution for this, which is 9 seconds. 9/4, I mean. 9/4, is that correct? Where's my paper? Let's see what happens. So this will be minus, we'll put the whole thing in this thing, the greatest common divisor is 4. We put it down here. We divide 4 divided by 1 is 4 times 4 is 16. And so then 4 divided by 4 is 1 times 9 is 9. And I would like to put plus here, but then I will put a negative there, just to make sure that the 16 is negative. This will be equal again to our perfect squared, and then we have to add 16 plus 10, just because it's easier to add, it's 26, but because this is a 9, that means that this is a 25. Yeah, it's looking good. So then this whole thing will be equal to 3 seconds squared plus minus 25 fourth. It's still not getting the right thing, I think. So according to the Vertex form, V will be equal to minus, because that's a positive, and then the formula is supposed to be negative. That means that the 3 seconds had to be negative in order for this to be positive. So that means that the X factor is negative. And according to this, which I don't like it, minus 25 divided by 4. I don't understand why. See, I did that before here. See, there's 2 plus 2. So I made a mistake here. This should be a 4, and this should be a 4, and so this is not correct. Okay, so according to my calculations, the vertex is at the X value and the Y value of the vertex. X is equal to, and we'll call it V, I don't know, XV will be minus 3 seconds, and YV will be minus 25 fourths. If we get our handy dandy calculator and we go to mode trinomial, and we clean this up again, and then we write 1 equals, and then we put 3 equals, and then we put 4 minus equals, then we get the roots, which is correct, minus 4. Where are the roots? Here. Wait a minute. Oh wow, nobody said anything. Wow, how come they make so many mistakes, you know? This is correct on top, but on the bottom, this is not minus 3, it's minus 3. So this number has to change. So this is positive and this is negative in order for this to be positive. So the 4 will still be negative 4. And here, when you do an algebraic summation or addition, then 4 minus 1 is plus 3. And so if that's the case, then this is incorrect. This will be x well, that's good. Oh, okay, so 4 is positive and the x is negative, which means that x1 is equal to minus 4 and x2 is equal to plus 1. And those are the roots. Yeah. That's why it's nice to have a handy dandy calculator, you know. You'll probably not be allowed to use this in a test because it's way too strong, you know. It does give you everything, and any questions you have, you can find with the calculator. That's why I like it. Okay. So you can see now that now we're getting our minus 4, and the next is 1, which coincides with our findings. Okay, so would that explain? But that doesn't explain what. Okay, because we continue, and it says that the x minimum is minus 3 seconds, which we found. Okay. So this is in the vertex format, you know. Where k is equal to this, which k is the vertex, is made out of h and k. So you can see that for this to be positive, 3 seconds has to be negative. So the vertex is negative 3 seconds, comma, and here k is negative, so that's minus 25th fourth. That's the vertex. So when we draw this, we have to go to, this is 1.5, so it will be here, and I don't want this line here, that's too low. We'll put the line on top here. This one, that's where the vertex is. We can just do it by hand. We don't need to use our credit card. And here we will have 25 fourth. Let me see, where would that be? let's go to mode. Let's go to mode math. And if we divide 25 divided by 4, we get about minus 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's one point. The other point is minus 4, which would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's one point there. That would be, this is minus 4. And on the other side, we have to have 1. So this is the other point. Oops, I'm in the wrong line. This is one point. This is the other point. And this is the other point. So the parabola is like this. And if we look at it in our handy dandy calculator, and we go to the second mode, the second thing, we see the graph button. And so we can open it a little bit wider. You can see that it is 6 point, what was it? It was not exactly 6. Remember, we found that it was not really exactly 6. Mode math. It's 25 divided by 25 is equal to 6.25. So it's 25 will be like a quarter there. So this will be a little bit further here. Okay. So it's not this one here. It's a little bit further. And this point is the vertex minus 25/4. That's the vertex. And this is called the line of symmetry, where the parabola is an exact copy of itself on both sides. And that concludes this problem. And you can see that, how fast we can get in trouble. And I don't